Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin, utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
So let's take a quick look at a couple things and let's go from there. If you have any questions. Perfect. So good morning, Sandy. I hope you're doing well. If you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. Put them in the Q&A section. If you put it in the chat, I may lose it. One of my panelists today, my good friend and trading partner that I've not known for a long time, but it's been a good time so far, Mr. Charles CB.
I'm here. Sorry. How are you?
You're good. You're fine.
I had a call come in there.
No, you're fine. I'm really glad to see you. I hope everything's well. I know we were supposed to talk and put some things together.
Last night got a little crazy for me, so we'll connect here soon for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And myself as well. I had to run into the office real quick this morning, right before this session to handle a couple things, but we're good.
We had some nice Bitcoin trades this morning, pre Hawkeye and during Hawkeye.
Oh, nice.
I already made my pips of the week with those trades. So now I'm going to
be quiet. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I'm going to show you guys a couple things that I've been working on that have been, let's just say I don't have 200 trades using this yet, but so far the results have been really good. And it's in conjunction with our great tool called AIRO. Okay. Now there are a couple opportunities with AIRO, but that doesn't mean that you can't use it as is. Okay. So sometimes you're going to see that some of the trades, well, there's not going to be, you're going to see it on your chart and then there won't be an arrow, or sometimes there won't be an alert, but there's actually an arrow. You know what? It's being worked on. These kind of things are growing pains, and it's just part of reality of dealing with software. So let's go see if you guys have any shout outs, any trades that you're potentially looking at. Please give us the time frame and the currency pair, and then we'll take a quick look.
Yeah, do that in the Q&A, guys. I'll keep my eye on it versus the chat, because the chat can fly by at times. So just go to the Q&A and put down, as Matt said, what chart you're looking at.
Yeah. So out of Columbus, Ohio, Errol. Columbus is a nice spot. Drove through there once. Perfect. So let's go take a look at some trades. Let's see. What do we got? GBP AUD, that's 30-minute. You can customize your arrow however you want, okay? While I'm waiting for a decent alert, what we're going to do is we're just going to go over some of the things. Now, you'll notice that I have two tables open, right? Column tables, two charts, okay? And the reason I put it on the monthly, okay, is subconsciously I'm not going to close the monthly chart because I know I don't trade the monthly chart. So that's going to help me when I have a couple windows open that I don't accidentally close the one that has the dashboard. Because when I see monthly, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, okay, don't close that one. Okay, that's just help me to not close it and have to reload it. In the properties, you can actually pick specific time frames. Don't load everything that you're not going to trade, right? Myself, I'm not a swing trader, so I'm not putting the hourly, the 4 hour, not going to be taking daily trades or weekly trades, so I get rid of them all. And now, in order to see all the currency pairs, okay, you got 28 currency pairs, and then you have your other ones that you can put there, crypto and whatnot. What you can do is you can specify in one exactly what you want based on your own pair list, and you have to make sure that it matches what your broker puts, because if you don't put it right, then you're not going to get the data. It's not going to read it. And you know it's going to work if you see the ADR there. Okay, if you see ADR, that means you know that it's loaded and it's working. So you're going to get alerts eventually. You see, XRP has made me a lot of money over the last little bit. This is not income disclosure, but there's a pretty nice trade here. And I'm just going to show you a little thing that I've started to do, and it's very important. Okay, and it's just the way that I've learned to trade. One of my coaches, very, very specific on where he puts his trend lines. Okay. Very, very specific. He always goes on the wicks, doesn't try to cut through candle bodies. This is not a great example, but I do use TradingView to do the vast majority of my trades. I do execute them through MT4. And let's go see if we have anything that we can put together here. Now, I'm going to go look at German 30, okay? Now we're in some consolidation. So myself, I do most of my write-ups in TradingView, okay? There's a whole lot on my screen. Not going to apologize for that, but I'm going to try to make it a little bit simple. So here's my German 30, and I'll explain what I kind of see. I'll try to clean it up a little bit, make it a little bit less messy. Okay, so for the sake of this call, we're going to stick to the 5 minute. I'm still waiting for an alert. Okay, so as we're waiting for an alert, we're going to do some setups. We're going to see if we got a potential trade setup. Now, this is a pitchfork. You can change your settings on your pitchfork however you want. I love pitchforks because I find they're laden with Fibonacci, as one of my coaches would say. They're Fibonacci laden, and they're like laser beams. You go from swing high to swing low, all right? And this one is pointing up, and you're going to try to connect as many wicks as you can. So this one is good for now. Okay. And now I like trend lines. If you have been on any of my other live sessions, you'll notice that I do a lot of trend line work, okay? Third bounce on the trend line is a potential valid trade. So we need to qualify. We need to qualify the trade before we take it. So by qualifying the trade, what I like to do is actually go over here, go see German 30, go see what AIRO is telling you, okay? When we scroll out, we zoom out, we got a strong uptrend, okay? So that's good. Now we have resistance here. Resistance. Not overly concerned with that. It looks pretty strong, so we'll see what happens. But there's no official trade that you can take here because there's too much. There's too many strong points that could reject price, like here and here and here, here. So there's a lot. And then if it does break, there's still this little point here. That's another high. So let's go look at, I got an alert. Let's go see what that is. NAS 100. NAS is something I will look at. I will not touch US 30, guys. So let's go take a quick look here. We got a downtrend. Okay, so we're going to look for shorts. Here we got a zone. Not a super fan of that because I don't want to go into a zone because that could, right now, if you look, you got a low, a higher low, and a higher low. So you've actually got higher lows and lower highs, which forms a wedge formation. So this consolidation zone could potentially give you some trouble. Hector, in regards to adding custom indicators to the MT4, no, because it is locked down. Now, that does not inhibit you from using your own MT4 and looking at, like, I've got a couple screens, right? So I just drag, whatever. So I'll look at AIRO and I'll look at my trading view. And I'm going to look and see if I can make a potential setup. So here I've got custom indicators. I got a couple things. I'll tell you guys what I'm using as my indicators. So I got a stochastic with a 533. K value is 5, D is 3, smooth is 3. And I'm using that on the time frame that I'm trading. Okay. Some of these things are going to be a little bit more advanced. And if you have been trading for a while, great. If you haven't, don't worry. This may go right over your head. If it does, don't worry about it, because you don't need all of this to trade AIRO successfully. It just adds another level of confluence or confirmation. And I like using more levels of confirmation. Okay, so let's go take a quick look here. I'm using %R, Williams %R, and I'm using Bollinger Band %B. Okay, these are a couple indicators that I've been starting to play with, and they're fun. Okay, so here, you see how it never got down all the way to the bottom? That's an interesting point, right? So now we're going to put the Bollinger Bands on this chart. So I'm going to blow this up real quick. I'm going to see, because I want to see if we can get through that potential zone. That resistance zone is going to be broken if we can cut through here. If we can go through this trend line, high probability that it's going to continue up to the upside. Okay, but right now we need to go through this trend line here, and I'm always going to put the trend line on the wicks. I'm not going to try and cut wicks and bodies and whatever else. It's going to go on the wicks all the time. And this is my trend line. Now I can kind of trust this trend line going forward. So this one has 3 hits. This one has, it's got 3 tags. This one's really close, guys. That's like, what, probably 3 or 4 pips away. So that's acceptable on a 5-minute chart. So let's go take a quick look and see if we can have a setup. So what I want to highlight is the way that AIRO works in conjunction with certain indicators. So here's the bottom, and then you got a support zone. And here's the bottom, and you got a support zone. Well, here you see that same bottom right here. A couple of the indicators are saying that this is a bottom. Okay. This is saying that this is a bottom, and then that would be a fine trade, even though there's no there's no AIRO. There's a potential trade setup. So you can actually use AIRO in multiple ways to actually just bring you to the charts. So here we got a down arrow. We're waiting. Nothing overly special. Sorry, that's DAX, and we were on NAS. So US 100. Look, we got the same story here. Not sure if you can really see that very well, but we got a wedge formation. Okay, so we're not going to take that trade until we have some kind of confirmation that the wedge is going to break. This is a good wedge. This is really good. Now, based on the volume of trades that I've taken, there's a reality with this, that high probability chance that if you draw a stick from the top to the bottom of this wedge, okay, it's going to go the full length, this length here. That would be your potential take profit. That's a pretty good trade, guys. But now we need to go back to AIRO. We need to go see if we can find a trade setup. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to break to the bottom or break to the top, but wherever it does break, whether it goes up or down, that is the potential length of that trade. Now, you want to see something very interesting, and why I think there might be a sell bias is because here, oh, sorry guys, I'm going to get rid of all those lines. I'm gonna go up here. Okay. Do a lot of trend line work because I love trend lines. Okay. That's a really powerful trend line. That brings a lot of validity to this downtrend. Okay. So now that we're going to do a little bit of magic, I'm going to try something. Remember, we're on a 5-minute chart. So whatever's going to happen has a high probability of happening in this box here. So if I wanted to aim for a target for this trade, I would probably go down here before it hits some kind of resistance on this trend line. So I'll leave that there just for now, because I have no confirmation yet that is a potential trade setup that might happen on the US 100. Now the market's
opening in 8 minutes too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. We're gonna sit here and not take a trade 8 minutes before the market opens. Okay, that's not wise. We don't take trades right before the market opens because it likes to do some things that are special. Low probability trades, certainly. Let's go see. Just got to make sure everything else is up and running. But you see how it likes to bounce off of those these trend lines. So it came down, it bounced. Daniela, the DAX 30 a few days ago. So Miguel, you know what's interesting? I hear a lot of people talk about stop hunting. Don't know enough about it to really comment more or less. I do believe that a lot of people, and this may not be your scenario, but a lot of people do talk about broker manipulation and whatnot, or people liquidating a ton of assets and trying to, or brokers trying to stop traders out. But the reality is for the vast majority of people, your broker's not spending any time hunting you. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, I get you completely. But you know what I mean, right? Like I've heard people in the trading circles, oh, the broker hunt my stops. Like, no, he probably didn't. Okay, he probably didn't. Your broker probably did. Now there are brokers out there, okay, guys, that do use AI, all right, and they do have algos that do some pretty detrimental things to people's trading accounts. That is out there, okay, but for the vast majority of the time, brokers are not out there hunting your stops. That's why you want to use a high quality, high reputable broker, someone that's not going to mess around with you, a book, whatever. So we have access to some pretty good brokers. Let's put it that way.
Hey, Matt.
What's up?
While we're waiting for the market open here, I wanted to share with you one thing. When you were showing the dashboard setup on your own.
Yep.
And for one thing I discovered for the Forex pairs, I know you like to trade typically the .pro pairs.
Yes, sir.
So if you go back to your, oops, you out? There you.
Yeah, seems like someone, was that you or was that?
I didn't do anything.
You've been disconnected.
There you go. So if you go, so you have your USD Swiss monthly for your Forex pairs.
Yes, sir.
Right, and you're just, I assume right now you're doing what I'm doing, where you just sort of have the default, show all 28 pairs, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So if you do that, if you do nothing else but open that with a .pro chart versus a regular chart, it'll automatically do everything you're looking at there with the .pros.
Oh, snap. So if you don't use Envy, for example, then it's not going to do it, right?
I don't know that matters. I mean, if they have .pro, so go to open up a .pro chart, any chart you want.
Got it. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go do that real quick, guys.
Yeah. Symbols.
Yes. I was looking at something else for some reason. Why do I got that there? I don't trade UK oil. Let's go .pro, guys. .pro has a tighter spread generally. So let's go open this. .pro.
Yep.
Okay.
Now just do the blackout and just load.
Oh, let's load another one. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, so you
Cool.
can close out so the current one, you can close out the USD chef. Yeah, close that one out. You're not going to need that one. And now just do this and put the dashboard on there.
Let's whip that out. Let's put it all there. AIRO dashboard. And then we're going to do 28 pairs. I'm going to get rid of these because I don't trade these.
Go. Yep.
Okay. And then you go down. Now there's a couple things to do, Gay. Here you put AIRO in caps. Very important, or else your charts are not going to open up properly. You're going to have blank charts when you open and you're going to say, oh, well, AIRO doesn't work. That's in the thing. A couple people missed that. Number of days for the average daily range. I like to put 20. Nate likes to put 10. I like more than 5. Do whatever feels good for you. Gives me more 1 month data, gives me a better picture of what's going on. So now everything else looks good. We click OK. Voila. So now I got nothing open right now.
It should set in.
So I need to go check. I need to go check what's going on. I think I forgot to hit a button. Allow DLL and this.
There you go. There you go.
Now
that'll work.
This is the whole setup. Now you notice that when I clicked allow DLL, it automatically put back all of the daily and weekly and all the other stuff that I don't personally use. So now that the DLL is clicked, I'll go in, I'll fix this up because I want to limit what I see so that my head doesn't get overwhelmed because there's only so much data you can process. Now, when you do that, note that you need to go back in and click AIRO, write it in and do whatever you want to do. Okay. Like 20, boom. And then we click OK. And Bob's your uncle. So I'm going to change it to the monthly. That way I don't end up accidentally closing it.
Yep.
And that's as simple as that. It's going to take a little while to load, but you already see I do have some alerts that are there.
And what's interesting, if you click on that alert, just click on it.
Yeah.
And then close it again. That'll usually like populate that.
It'll activate the rest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I get you.
Yeah, it will. You're right. It will over time. Sometimes it takes longer than other times. But if you're anxious, you can just click on each one of them, and it'll just force it to load all the stuff. But you can see it's already starting to populate.
Hey, let's throw something else in this mix. How about this? So some people say they don't get alerts notifications. Well, guys, you need to actually tell the system to send you alerts, alert sound and alert message, and then click OK. That way it pops up here. If you don't do that, you're not going to get the pop-up. And that's all explained in the setup videos. The benefits of the .pro is that it's going to be tighter spreads. You're going to have tighter spreads, and you're going to pay a little higher commission. But CB, myself, like it's so minor that it's not even worth talking about.
Yeah, if you do a standard lot with the regular one, you pay $7 and there's a little wider spread. And then on the .pro, you pay $8 for a standard lot and you get tighter spreads. So
right. And the tighter the spreads, the more money goes into your pocket. Okay. Exactly. As a general rule, you're going to have better entry. You're going to have better exit. And that's where the power of having a high quality broker comes in. Okay. And there are solutions for that. So you said pound yen, Sandy. So let's go check pound yen real quick. I didn't see anything. So pound yen, 5 minute. That would have been a little while ago, maybe. Yeah. So that could be a setup. Let's see. Let's go back down. Oh, that's nice. All right. So strong up move on the 5 minute. I'm not looking for 20 pips on this. Okay. Not looking for 20 pips. I'm looking for 10. Whatever this is from here to there, I would probably take a target here. So let's go check my other charts real quick and see if I can get a confirmation on my end. Look at this, guys. I want to show you this really quick.
Yeah,
look at
incredible.
this.
That's incredible. Yeah.
All right. So this is why you want your candlesticks to be on your trend lines. Your trend lines on your candlesticks, because if you don't, you're not going to get this. Okay. You're not going to get this. It's not going to happen. So let's go check this out. Forget all of this stuff. RSI. Oh, I was using the wrong one. My bad. 7. All right. That looks like a top. That was a top up here. So I like it short in the short term. Funny enough to say. Let's go see pound yen real quick. See if we can have a setup here to make some pips. Hold on a sec here.
The 15 minutes. The 15 minutes pretty tight on the pound yen for the record.
Yeah. Yeah, she's no good. Let's see here real quick. I lost it. Oh, look at that. So
just broke out.
Now we're breaking out of the bottom of there. And that's NAS. So what I was looking at, okay, was this as a top because of the RSI 7. So Scott, if you're getting lights on the red, interesting, okay? Interesting stuff. But you're not getting any green, like ever. Like you never have any green alerts. Like, great. I've got red alert. We'll see. I've got Litecoin for a short. Have you been messing around with Litecoin a little bit, CB?
I always look at it. Occasionally, I typically will only do like often I'll do the trifecta if if there's a big move with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and
German
Litecoin.
30. Let's go. Here, market open, German 30. See that wedge break here? There's a wedge formation that we drew. Let's go check that real quick. So German 30 likes to move in a very similar way to the other indices. Let's go see German 30 real quick. I'm just trying to get you guys a nice little setup. Look at this. See, we drew this earlier, right? I drew this here. So now we're just looking for some kind of break. Okay. If it breaks down, this is a bounce. This is an arrow. And let's see what happens.
It might be a buy opportunity. No, I mean
it might, because it's a long. We're in what was it, a long bias? So we are generally only going to be looking for the long, but I'm just looking to see, because if it breaks out of here, CB, what I'm looking at is, so from here to there, I'm looking at this, and if that comes out of here, I'm exiting here. That would be my exit on this setup. That's a pretty sick move. That's like 80 pips. So, but we'll see what happens. Yep, US 100 dropped real hard. That means this one could potentially drop as well. So I'm going to keep my other screen open. I'm going to keep that open on my other screen so that I can give you guys some insight into what I see here potentially. So we got 92 people on the call this morning. This is really exciting. I'm stoked. Got a good time. Let's see if we can get a nice trade set up here. Let's see. top. Let's go see what happens here. Yeah, it's not ready. It's not ready. This is where you got to be patient, right? So whether it goes up or whether it goes down, doesn't matter to me. I'm just waiting to see if the setup and confirmation, if I get enough confirmations to take the trade, then I'll take the trade. If I don't, then I'm just going to sit on my hands and wait.
Take a look at the pound yen. Is that what you're doing right now?
I was on German 30. We'll look at pound yen. Oh, look at this. That zone was gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're on the 5-minute pound yen. Let me go see what TradingView has to say. Good old pound yen.
My only concern is the 15-minute chart, which is what we usually trade Forex on, is pretty tight. You're only looking at 5 or 6 pips before you get to a resistance.
That higher level resistance.
Yeah. And the 5-minute, the 5-minute gives us like 12 to 13 pips. I mean, this could be one of the double your lot size and do 5, Alex do 7 pips.
Yeah, I do like what Al does when he takes those smaller positions. Let's see what's going on here. If I can get some kind of.
I think we might see a new resistance forming right where we're at, right where price is right now, unless it breaks out.
Yeah, because I've got. This is what I've got right here. So I've got a wedge that I just drew. I got a trend line here. It's not super clean, not as clean as I like, because I wanted to connect as many of these tops as I could. Now I know that this is a very strong line. And then, see, we're breaking out of the top of that little wedge there. This little wedge is 5 pips. So from here to there, the probability is high that it's going to hit there. If it does do that, that zone is out of there. And then you're at what, 20, 10, probably 10 pips. Yeah, this could be a green light. Yeah, I'll throw that on there real quick. I like this. Well, there's no financial advice provided here, though. By the way, guys, if this doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. It's the way it is. We're just using probability on our side, trying to confirm, right? We got a strong uptrend, a bounce, an arrow, green. I am not going to take it into that zone, right? I don't have interest in that. So my stop loss in this scenario is going to be at the bottom of this this low right here. Okay. I'm not using some big fat stop loss. I'm going, that's just because that's the way I've always traded. Okay. So we're going to go down. We're going to modify this order. I'm taking my dear sweet time. Usually it's 400 points, which converts over into 40 pips. In any yen pair, your pips are actually the last 2 numbers. The pipette is the last 3rd number, and it doesn't matter. So I'm going to put my stop at underneath that trend line that I drew. So 151, 16, 151. 1.5, something like that. That's cool for me. And take profit. Oh, I should have modified that earlier. Sorry, guys. My take profit is going to be at my stick level. So my stick level is at 151.29. So 151.29. It's a short trade. It's a little piece of it. but it's just to get the blood flowing, because I don't want to be sitting in a trade overly too long. Just have a little something happen. That's and here you can drag and drop, whatever you want to do. The vertical line in the wedge formation, what I do is I go about the middle. Okay, I hit about the middle of the wedge formation. Now, obviously, I didn't position size properly for this size account. I could have done more. You know, we gotta, let's go see if I have a copy of the position size calculator from AIRO. Sorry, from Hawkeye there. I think I have a copy somewhere. Let's bring it up. Understand position size and your risk in your trade. So I can send this out to you guys. This is something that Al and Brian put together, Hawkeye and Trade Masters, not officially from Auvoria Prime, not endorsed by them, but pretty good stuff. So let's see. So if I have, in this scenario, I got $1,260 in this account right here. Okay, 1,200. Ooh, what's happening here? I need to enable. Much better. All right, $1,260. If I am trading a 2% risk, okay, and the value of the currency that I'm looking at is, what's my stop here? It's not working really good here. I'm having some freezing. Hold on a sec. So, sorry, my take profit here is pretty tight. You could probably go into that zone, but it's hesitating on its way up. Taking a sweet time. Let's see if I can get the calculator to work real quick here. I'm looking for the drop down, but it doesn't seem to be working here. So if I had a 10 pip stop loss, and I was risking 2% of my account in that 10 pip stop loss, which means that I would make 1% of my account when it hits 5 pips. Then I could have put 0.26. So I'm going to go look at the pound yen at 9. Yeah, that's exactly it. So I could have used a 0.26 lot size instead of a 0.05 for this trade. I don't like going into the red zone as my take profit. I like going before the red zone because I don't want to. I just watch it, right? So for the sake of comparison, now understand that this is going to be a little bit of a later entry, but look at the difference in profit when you use proper position sizing based on your risk in the trade. Okay, so this is what the proper position size based on my stop loss would be. So if I'm going, instead of 200 points, I do 100 points. Sorry. Instead of 400, I do 100 points. Then it sets it here. That's 10 pips. We'll put it that way. And then this stop loss, I'm going to bring down a little bit. I like a little bit more breathing room than that, especially on the pound yen, especially this early on in the day there. So every time it moves 1 pip, I'm making $2.60 on this trade. Every time it moves 1 pip, I'm making 50 cents on this trade. So we're sitting around, it's hesitating. So I'm going to go take a quick look at my other indicators, seeing that it hit the stick target almost. It was short of the stick. I was actually, my stick was off, so I apologize for that. That is maybe not looking that great. It hesitated. You got that big, long, extended wick there. It's not that big. It's just big compared to the rest of the chart. This might form a fractal high. Fractals are fun, okay? Fractals are a 5 candle formation. So this would be a fractal high. Kind of think of your hand. So Bill Williams, where I use the Williams R, let's go take a quick look here. View. We're going to go down. Yeah, send me a message in because I can't attach anything into the chat. So send me a message in Telegram, and we'll get you a copy of the calculator so that you can position size. But just showing you guys the difference between proper position sizing and the amount of profit you can make when your risk in the trade is properly calculated. If you don't calculate your risk in the trade properly, you're really shooting yourself in the foot. You can have the greatest setups you want, but if you don't risk properly and understand your risk in the trade, then there's all your money. You got to count the cost. So let's go see what's going to happen here. Remember, this second position was actually 1 pip later per well, actually not that far off, less than a pip. Oh, DX. Kevin, yeah, I got your message. Let me send that to you later. I have a lot of catching up to do. So I'm not liking how this one didn't make a higher high, but I'm watching a couple charts here. All right, let's see. This is cool. Let's throw the other indicators up in here. Oh yeah, no. So a couple of these indicators are telling me that it's going to go higher than this. So if you want to stretch out your take profit, you could potentially push it into this zone. I'm now comfortable that this zone is a good target. Okay. So right here, we're going to take this TP up to about here. So let's do something real quick together. I'll show you why you might want to add trend lines to your trading repertoire. So here's the pound yen. We were on the 5 minute, so let's keep it consistent. I think it was the 5 minute that we saw. Yeah, 5 minute pound yen. I was on the one minute when I was doing my analysis. So what I want to do, potentially there's a trade setup here that'll let you ride it. And it could be a nice setup. Now, if you want to take a longer potential setup, what you're going to do is you're going to put your stop loss a little bit further down, somewhere like 151.02 or something. And then you can actually, you see these trend lines that I drew, you can actually make them a little bit bigger. If it breaks out of here, you're going to have an explosive move. Okay. And someone asked how I draw my stick. I go about from the middle and I set it right about here. I'm looking to see if this is going to break. Now, I'm trading on the 1 minute chart. That's what I'm comfortable with. That's what I've been using for the last couple years. I love it. You see, Bollinger Band %B right now is telling me that this was a bottom right down here. Like this is so if you want to see divergence, and I'm going all over the place, okay? So all over the place. So some people say divergence. I'm like, well, okay, divergence. So divergence between the indicator and price indicates that you might have that move. Now you got that pullback. So we'll see what happens here. What I like to do is kind of draw trend lines. I draw a lot of trend lines. See, it broke that trend line a little bit. That'll be interesting. We'll adjust it. You know, as you're drawing trend lines, you don't have to leave them where they were, right? So here's one trend line that you could have drawn at the beginning. And then here's your next one. And now here's that one. So you can adjust it a little bit as price starts moving. Then you can see. What was the strat you mentioned last week? Made you profit? Made you? Oh yeah, sorry, Mosin. Yeah, combination of the stochastic, the %R, the Bollinger Band %B that I'm using, and the RSI. So what I'm doing is, and it's specific for. It's worked a lot better on currencies that move really fast or indices that move really fast. At least that's been my my experience with it thus far. So what are we waiting for? So it's not going to break out of here until the 10 o'clock hour. So 10 a.m. You're 5 o'clock in the next minute, you're going to have that 5-minute candle that closes. Okay. And then you're going to have your new hourly candle that starts. Well, guess what? There's so much room to the downside. And then there's this zone here. So we're going to see what's going to happen. But I do like it to the upside. And the reason I could say to the upside is because AIRO told me, okay, over a volume of trades, that I'm looking for an uptrend. I'm looking like the momentum is really strong to the upside. And that's pretty much all she wrote for now. So here's that 5-minute candle close, that new 5-minute candle.
They use you.
Started right here. So you see the start of that new 5-minute candle. We're going to blow this up real big. Let's see what happens. I might have to slide this over a little bit. Depends. Oh, got an alert. That's the 5-minute alert. So what do we got? Ripple. Let's go check Ripple while we're sitting on our hands waiting, because the setup's already done for this. Ripple for a buy. That makes me really happy. No bounce though. Okay, guys. So this down arrow invalidates this bounce. If there was no down arrow, this would be considered a bounce. But we are kind of right into a red zone. So more or less. Let's see. So here it's breaking to the other side. So we might have some kind of consolidation. And it might continue up or down. So we'll see. Either way, it's going to go in a direction. I'm curious to see if Ripple's going to go right through that zone. Not a whole lot of alerts right now. I want to see US 30. See if we, not US 30, sorry. We're staying away from that I don't like it. I find it moves way too fast. Here's German 30. Oh yeah, look at that move. Holy sugar. That was that arrow that we got. Gotta be more careful, as my friend would say. That was an insane move. Let's go see what our analysis had. So a little bit on German 30. Oh, look at that. That's when it broke out of that trend line. You want to see how exact this is? Check this out. We'll go down to the 1 minute time frame. Okay, look at this. So bounce on this trend line, rejection, comes back down, and then breaks out finally, and then goes in that direction. And it's just like pretty great. So nothing I could do about that. You see this this line here of that fork? As the line tagged it, it knew where that was and then came down. So it's probably going to continue up. You don't need a lot of a big move on this to make your daily pips. But here you're just, here, check this out. Look, boom. So it broke, it came back down, it tagged it to the pip. And it's just going. So we're up. We're in the green, guys, in the pound yen. We're moving. That was that candle. That 1 hour candle close is just about to close. We are how far from our take profit? 4 pips, maybe? I don't know. Let me go check. Let me go check. Pound yen. Here we go. Yeah, see? Now we're close. It's hesitating. I don't like it. I'm going to walk away in a little bit because let me see here. I'm going to open it up on my other charts. Oh, I missed it in the chat, guys. The chat just went by so fast. People were talking about German 30, and I was busy with some other things. So apologize for that. I hope some people in the chat got the got that. That would have been great. That's the top of that hourly candle. Let me see. Pound yen. I hope you're seeing something that you might be able to add to your trading repertoire, right? The trend lines are where it's at. And I will fight anyone tooth and nail if they say that the trend lines are just whatever. People laugh about trend lines all the time, but I'll show you. Look at this trend line. Boom, boom. So that was your resistance, and then your resistance broke through, and now it's coming back, and we're going to see what's going to happen. Now, my idea on this 1 minute chart is that it's going to bounce here on this line. It's going to know where this line is, this point, and it's going to go up because we set this line from over here, right? This is a pretty good trend line. I like it. Let's see what's going to happen. I could be totally wrong. It could pop out, come back in a bit, consolidate, and go completely down. But
we might have a bag
New
entry
zone.
forming on Bitcoin. Five minute,
Bitcoin bag.
5 minute. It hasn't hit yet, but it's
setting up, eh?
Yeah, it's setting up. It's a little tight, but there's definitely, with Bitcoin, as you know, we've already done it. I've already done it twice this morning. It's been ranging a little bit, but
right on then. Right on. Well, here's the deal with this. Okay, I haven't added anything additional to this, but your AIRO moving average is kind of a big deal. Okay, whatever is in this moving average is accurate. So as long as the price is above the AIRO moving average, I'm still fine with this trade. Once we start getting into like challenging that AIRO moving average, then I'm not so happy about it. But you see why I like to exit as soon as I start getting some hesitation, right? I had a good area to exit. This candle, this is actually going to be a fractal high, and I'll throw the Bill Williams fractals on here just so you guys can see. Adding the indicators. Okay, you go down to Bill Williams, and then you go fractals. Now you're going to see they're going to show up in gray. Okay, gray, probably a little hard to see. But here's a fractal high, a fractal high, a fractal low, a fractal high. And there's actually another wedge formation here. And this is the wedge break at the lower time frame. So next time I see it come up kind of to here, I'm going to exit the trade because now it's challenging way too much. And I'm satisfied with that for now. Gary, so you're killing it, eh? Yeah, you guys can get here we go. See that candle formation? I like this. I like that. That was a fractal low. That was a confirmed fractal low. You're only going to have a confirmed fractal after the second candle closes. That's a big drop though. That's interesting. You want to see what's interesting? Check this out. So on here, you don't see it. But when I drag over my trading view chart, look at this trend line, guys. You can't make this up. You can't really, you can kind of see where the trend line would be on this chart. Oh, we're going down. Let's see. Yes, you guys can get a copy of that spreadsheet. Let's see if it'll tag the AIRO moving average. Tagging the AIRO moving average. I don't like this formation right now. Let's go see. What we got in the Q&A right now? Yeah, Leon. So what we were talking about is we're sitting around. You can go through zones sometimes. Okay, guys, you can go through zones depending on what you have, because those are potential support and resistance zones. They're not 100% always gonna bounce price or hold the price. If you have other confirmations or other ways of identifying that that zone is weaker or stronger, then you can go through it. So let's go see if we got another setup here. I'm just gonna sit around. We got this setup that we're waiting to see what's gonna happen. I don't want to get sidetracked on that. Let's go see what German 30 is doing. Still flying high. Really missed that wedge breakout. So you can see the wedge formation right here. I'll do it here just to limit the amount of flipping, right? So yeah, what do we got on Bitcoin? CB, you got that
Hanging
set
in
up
right
or?
now. Yeah, it's just ranging.
Yeah.
I'm watching it.
Okay. So here's your wedge, right? And then you can see visually from here to there, that is the length of here to there. So that's why you use about half of that. Let's go see if we got something else here. Not a whole lot, right? Not a whole lot. Just it's coming down. So that pound yen's coming down pretty hard. Let's see. Still got lots of room until the 5-minute AIRO moving average is there. So
Matt, did you see the question from Leon about ignoring zones?
Yeah. Well, I don't ignore them. I
Yeah.
recognize that they're there. I recognize that they're there. I don't ignore zones, but sometimes there are.
Yeah. But just to answer his question for sure, whether it doesn't matter what asset class you're
Right.
trading, whether it be crypto or indexes or forex pairs, you never, you know, those zones are those are resistance and support zones for sure that you always want to pay attention to when you're trading any asset.
I want to show you how good these zones can be. Okay, how good these zones can be on Ripple. Okay, Ripple did this really great move down, this big pullback. Hold on here. I'm going to go on a higher time frame. I want to show you guys this, show you how accurate this is. This green zone here, guys, was there before price came down. So as it rinsed a lot of people, okay, it rinsed a lot of people. It bounced right here. This green zone was already there because I was watching it. So as soon as you get this pullback, you get a higher low right here, and then you got a wedge formation that's formed. You probably can't really tell too much, but let me see XRP. I'm going to bring it up on my charts here. Looking a little messy right here, so we'll hold off a bit, but let's go to XRP real quick. And we're going to go to the 30-minute and going to get rid of all this stuff. Okay. Just because it's easier. So a lot of people were like, oh my goodness, it's a big rinse. It's going to go back to zero. It actually just hit here, which is the exact same point that AIRO identified a support zone here from all the way back here. I like that, Sandy. You make me laugh. It's great. You want to see where the trend lines come into play. Okay. I'm breaking this one. Okay. Fine. But generally, if it breaks this strong downtrend, this is where you can find that wedge formation. And this works on wherever. Here's your wedge formation, and then here's your break, and that would be your potential take profit. I've taken a couple positions in this run up. It's been good for me. So let's go see. Pound yen is not doing good. It is not looking great. And if you took profit earlier, which I should have, then that would have been awesome. I wanted to take profit. I just didn't. Let me take a look and we're right back into the wedge. So now we have a decision to make. The 15098. I don't like doing this very often, but now we're going to be stuck putting 5098. And the reason I'm doing 98, and I'll show you why, is because I got a trend line down there and I need it to respect that trend line. Where is it? 19098. Somewhere down here. So now I'm increasing my risk in the trade. Okay. Increasing my risk in the trade. Now, instead of risking 2%, I'm risking about 4%. That's why you don't over leverage. And I'll show you why I stretched it out a little bit, is because where I thought it was going to go out of didn't actually make it all the way out. Now I got to adjust that trend line over here. And this is where my stop is, under this trend line. The reason I like that point is because you got that green zone right there too. You got that, you got this zone, you got all of these lows down here. Okay. Not ideal to do that, but this is the logic behind it. So we're just shifting it a little bit. But this would have been the ideal exit. Now I gotta sit in drawdown where I shouldn't have had to. Bitcoin. I just got a Bitcoin notification.
Yeah, it's a 1 minute sell. I mean,
Okay.
I'm looking for a buy if it bounces here. It's been sitting. It's been really ranging. If you look at the 5 minute real quick on Bitcoin, it's just been ranging. It's in a good place to maybe get in eventually here. See that?
Okay, yeah, I see you. So here we can do some analysis on the Bitcoin. Let's go see some BTC here. Well, we're letting the pound yen play out. Nothing else for me to really do on this. I'm just gonna actually do one more thing, just to see. So this line here is super strong. Okay, if it breaks down below that, I don't want to be in that trade anymore. But whatever. Let's go check Bitcoin. We'll do a little bit of analysis. I'll show you how I take a look at the time frame. So first thing I do is I kind of get an idea of where everything is at. I'll draw trend lines from the top to the bottoms. I'll try to find wedges. So I'll look here. That's the first thing I'll draw. And then I'm going to go down to probably here's good. I like this. Okay, that's the first one I'm looking at. Now, you got a price channel here. So price from this top, now you kind of got like a price channel going on. I'm trying to see. This may work, this may not.
I had a little wedge formed here that just broke to the downside, which wouldn't be a bad thing actually if it gets rid of that support and goes back down to the next.
Yeah, if it gets more room.
Yeah.
I'm just going to check what this looks like here. Look at that support that just created on the oh no, that's our friend there, Bitcoin. So basically Bitcoin's going to be set up in the next, it's going to probably take another hour or so because it's going to come down, going to break this zone, going to give more room to the upside. And then the AIRO moving average needs to go underneath price.
Right.
And then come up.
Right.
I'm really not liking the pound yen right now. Here, I'm going to go back to the pound yen. Does that make sense of where I put my my stop loss and why I put it down there? Why I kind of extended it a little bit? And why you want to make sure that when you're trading, you're not overly leveraging your account so that if you feel like you need to modify if the picture changes, right? Because in trading, the picture can change. That's why I don't like setting and forgetting. It's not one of my MOs. I don't set and forget. I watch. You want to set and forget, use an EA. Use a robot. So you're going to want to bet your bottom that once it comes up here, I'm exiting the trade. I don't like being in this much drawdown. So the next step of this whole operation, and what I do like about the long side of this, is this was a re-challenge of that. This is a new bottom now. So a higher low, higher low. So higher low, higher low, higher low. Euro US. Looking at gold on the 5. Give you London Raja, yes, but I can't trade the London because of my other responsibilities. Unfortunately, it doesn't work well with my lifestyle and some of the other things I have to get done.
Euro US already made a pretty big move. It's a valid bag entry. It's
on
just
the 15.
Yep.
Where's this here? Euro US. I didn't get that alert.
I don't think I did either. I'm looking at it from the
on
chat.
The 15.
Yep.
Holy smokes, man. Look at that break. Look, you can see the formation right here and it's gone.
Yeah.
So if a person wants to, they could potentially enter now and take it before the red zone. Remember, we were talking about not entering, not going until the red zone, but exiting before the red zone. And this is a perfect example.
You get 10 pips out of this, probably 7 to 10 pips, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not bad. All right, pound yen is digging itself way out of the grave that it made itself. So just a quick thing here. Pound yen on the 5. Look at that big, strong, bullish candle. That's a strong 5-minute candle because you have no other 5-minute candle that strong right here. So that's good. I like that. Let's see if we got any other confirmations here. So here you got a higher low in the indicator for Bollinger Band percent B. So this is telling me that this is the bottom here. And this was a higher low. And this is a higher low. So we'll see what happens here. Got a couple confirmations on that. That's cool. What were we looking at? Oh yeah, Euro US. Let's go check this out. So Euro US, that is a monster move. Where is it going to go? Well, we're only going to throw something in the air and try to find out where it's going to go. So at this level, 5 minutes not going to work because we got nothing here. So here's the trend line.
US is really weak right now. It's the weakest currency, and euros.
Yeah, something happened, eh?
Yeah, and euros pretty strong.
Oh, Lagarde was talking. So I'm just going to leave that there. How about that? We'll leave that there. It's breaking out. If you are in here, maybe 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. before all of that happens. I've done this in the past where I've taken the top and I've taken the wedge and I've gone like this and I've picked this target. Cis Eco. So we got this going on here. This is where it could eventually potentially turn around or whatever, but we're still in a really strong uptrend. Really strong uptrend on the 30-minute. But if you're in this trade, I would probably consider exiting here and waiting for a potential other setup. So let's go see what pound yen's doing. Pound yen, look at that wick on the 30-minute. My goodness, look at this. Some people are raising their hands. I don't really, let me see. Yeah, Euro US is going to the moon. And pound yen is actually let's go see. I'm gonna go look at pound yen because I want to get out of that trade.
Leon, we for crypto pairs, we typically trade on the M5. That's what's the recommended time frame to trade. Scalp trade crypto. Get a little more
I'm using M5 generally, M15 max. Now I know some other people love to use the hourly chart because that's more conducive to their lifestyle. That's completely fine. Trade whatever you can trade. Trade whatever you can trade. Whatever is going to give you consistency is what matters. In the end, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It's whatever you can do over and over again and repeat. You don't want to hit a grand slam and not be able to hit the ball the next day. There's no value in that because it's a long-term play. It's not about get rich in 1 month, quit my job in 6 months. That kind of mentality is going to put a lot of stress and be very discouraging for a lot of people, because the vast majority of people will not be able to achieve the level of success in 6 months that they can quit your job. It's not a reality. There's a skill set and there's a mindset that has to be learned. Yep. Break of nerves. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the ECB president. ECB, is that the European Central Bank? Okay. So I think there's a correlation there. Maybe a light correlation. I don't know if you guys have ever seen currency correlation and how certain currency pairs move in conjunction with other currency pairs. So with the, what do we call it there? MyFX book has a great tool about currency correlation. So correlation, and this updates every once in a while, right? Correlation between, so we saw Euro USD take a huge spike. So we're going to see whatever currency is highly correlated to it take a huge spike as well. And generally correlation, highly correlated is like 85% or something like that. So Euro US. So here, 80% correlated to, and 86. So these two here, the first one and the last one. So it's highly correlated to Aussie CAD and USD JPY. Pound yen, let's see what happens. Huh, it's negative correlation. Which means it's generally going to go in the opposite direction of the other ones. So if we go to Aussie CAD, just for the heck of it, check this out. Aussie CAD. Okay, we're going to go, you're going to see a spike because they're highly correlated between each other.
Hey, Matt.
Yes, sir.
Take a look at gold on the 1 minute.
Gold on the one. Let's do it.
You see, you have the red box right there. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Let's, what do we got? Oh, look at the room. Look at that. Look at that spike down.
Yeah.
All right. We got to act fast. Let's do some analysis real quick. Because this is, all right. So gold. Be aware, guys, if you're trading gold, it moves very fast compared to currency pairs, and it moves differently. XAU USD. For the day, it's down 2.9%. Oh, I missed it. Hold on. Sorry, guys. 0.27%. So see that big spike down? Price likes to repeat itself. Now, I'm not predicting anything, but here, it likes to, it's getting tighter and tighter. Let me see if I can put something together here real quick. So we got a AIRO. I'm going to slide this over here while you guys are looking at that. I don't trade high impact news generally. I just know when it is and I try to avoid it. That's the way that I do it. This will be short, my friend. This will be very quick, in my opinion, because based on what I see here, see this top here, this top here, and this top here is a little bit lower. I think that's going to be not a long play. So let's get this out of the way here. I'm exiting these trades now because I've been in it way too long. And then we're going to go short. So one click trading, click boom. And with gold, all right, I'm going to put a small position first just so that you guys can see that I actually took it. And then we're going to go calculate the risk in the trade. Probably not recommended to take the trade without understanding your risk in the trade. But anyway, I just want the entry to be there so you guys can see it. Okay. That's a 0.01. So we're going to go to gold. Gold is XAU, $10. Oh my goodness. Come on, man. What's my stop? My stop here is going to be at that red zone just above that peak. So I'm going to go just 2 pips just for spread. So 1775 or so is looking good. So 1775 from that perspective. Now I'm going to position size properly, okay? So 1775. That's a little bit more than 10 pips. That's really tight, okay, for gold. Guys, this is very tight. So if I position size on gold for that, now I'm just gonna do my proper position sizing so that you can see. We're gonna risk it. We're gonna put our 2% risk. It's gonna be a little bit less than this. I don't know why it's not. Let's put 15 pips. It's gonna be off a little bit, guys. Gonna be off a little bit, but see, I don't like it. I don't like what it just did here. I'll show you why I don't like it. You see how it already dipped? So this dip was big. This dip wasn't as big, and this one wasn't very big. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to pull the ripcord on this. Just a sec. Just a sec. If it closes above that, the AIRO moving average, I think I'll exit that. This is the candle that's gonna identify that. This is not a big lot size. Yeah, this is not good. I'm not going short. Because could have put your stop up here. It's fine. One of the challenges with this on the 5 here. Let's go check this. You got a 5-minute arrow up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, my chart looks a lot different than yours, though. I'm right into the resistance. I still.
This is 5 though. I was on 1 before.
No, I'm on the 5. I'm on the 5-minute too. Mine's right in the middle of a resistance zone. It's interesting on the 5-minute.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. See, when I'm going on the 5, this is what I see, and this picture tells me don't go short.
Right.
Right. Like this is a retracement, so I can show you the retracement.
Yeah.
And where's that retracement of that move down? I'm going to go to the 15-minute, going to show you why. Here, this is that original of the move. We're going to do a little bit of Fibbo work, not a whole lot, not going to make it super complicated. From the wick all the way down. I went backwards, my bad. Let's reverse that. Settings. Reverse. There we go. That's better. So here we're at 50% retracement of that move. Interesting that it actually sits at that same level that's right here. So this Fibbo level, if I want to drag this over here, you'll actually see that it's a kind of a big deal. Even though I was measuring it from this one. Oh, sorry. There. You see, it's found this level so many times. So now, this is what I also see. Okay, see the big trend line. There's your channel. That's your current price channel or whatever you want to call it. Then you got a break of that channel. But when you do these price channels or whatever you want to call them, you can actually draw kind of these wedges. I'll show you something. So here's that stick from the middle of the wedge. And you put it at the break of the wedge. And that's basically, this is hindsight, right? So hindsight's always going to be 2020. No, I know on the calculator, it was Euro JPY. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm well aware. We were just taking a look here, but so someone mentioned, oh, you shouldn't take a sell on gold because you're in an uptrend. Well,
no, but that's not correct. That's not correct.
No, because the challenge is, what time frame are you talking about?
Yeah.
Because your trend here, I'll show you. Make it really clear. And I know exactly where you're going. So here's your downtrend. Okay. On the 15, you're in a downtrend officially. On the 5, you're probably looking at an uptrend. And the reason you can tell it's an uptrend is this is the bottom, and then you got higher lows. That's your 5, whatever.
Both the 5 minute and both 5 minute and 1 minute are on downtrends.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, from AIRO.
Yeah.
From AIRO's perspective. Yes,
yeah.
You're right. Yeah. I just meant from. Yes. I just meant from.
Yeah, from your analysis, right?
Well, yeah, just the overall. But that's just the way it is, because AIRO deals with a lot of this, so there's not a lot of speculation around if it's an uptrend or a downtrend, because you hear it all the time. Gold's in an uptrend, gold's in a downtrend. Do I buy or do I sell? I'm like, well, what time frame are we talking about specifically? And this is what AIRO does very well, is it tells us Aussie US. Well, Aussie US, let's go see. Aussie US. I don't have that. I'm not getting my alerts properly, and it's really making me upset. Beyond the fact. So 30-minute. Oh, there it is. So here's the alert. Here's your Aussie US. Let's go check. Aussie US. Cool. So this is, show you real quick on the 30. This is what I do every time that I have a chart. Okay. I'm drawing trend lines. I want to have an idea of where it's going. This is a cool break. That's really good. That's not going to work. That's going to be down here. Okay. There's your price channel. Now you've got your wedge. Okay. Here's your wedge formation. So your wedge is your consolidation, and then you can draw your stick, right? Your stick. This is good. I like this as a long. Aussie US. From overall price perspective, you see how this is a consolidation or a pullback, a retracement of this original move here. So the source of this move, as far as I can tell, we're down here. Oh. And hey, we're going to go. Yes. What's up?
We got probably a better perfect bag entry here for Canadian Swiss.
CAD Swiss? Cool.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's go check.
Jump in there because it's going already.
CAD Swiss 15?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, we're not getting any of these alerts on the dashboard. So it's
I did. I got that one.
Oh, okay.
Sure why.
Okay. Yeah, this is cool. This is, you see how you got your uptrend, and then the key here is you need your bounce, your arrow, it retests the zone and take it. So we're in there all day.
Not 20 pips though, just like
no, you're taking it before the zone.
Yeah.
10. So right before I enter this, and I'm going to lose some pips on this, but at least I'm going to calculate my risk properly. This is not going to be the right. This is not showing up right, but we'll deal with that later. At least it's going to give me an idea. So CAD Swiss, the value of a pip on a standard lot. CAD Swiss, where are you at? Okay, 11. So we're at 11.25. I don't know why it's not flipping over. I think it's my version of whatever. But so in this trade, probably using about that 15 pip stop loss, going to put that same 2%. I'm going to drop this down, and in my head, I'm just doing it 0.13. So let's enter this on 0.13 with the, we're going to do my stop. See, I'm not putting my stop way down here. I don't mind getting stopped out. Okay. Not afraid to get stopped out. Because I'm reevaluating the situation all the time as it moves forward, as it keeps on going. So in this scenario, oh yeah, and just a heads up, at about 11:15, I need to end this session, so I can't go until 12. I've got other obligations. Okay, so let's do this. I'll show you where my stop is, why I bring my stop in, and why I increase my lot size. So CAD Swiss, let's go see CAD Swiss real quick. Takes a couple seconds. I'm CAD Swiss. See, once you get a handle on drawing wedges and stuff and trend lines, you're gonna love it. You really will. Bring so much clarity to the scenarios. So this is what I got. You can even do something like this. And just trend lines all over the place, right? Look. Not rocket science. You want to see what else is cool? One more thing. I can already almost see it. Right here. So see that wedge? Anyway, I'll finish like that. It's just because I love trend lines and wedges, and I just find there's so much value in them. So interesting setup here. Let's go down to the 15 because that's what we're trading. Now that we have this trend line here, we're set. Here's your wedge on the 15-minute CAD Swiss. I see another line that I can draw. Okay. Probably a little bit up higher. Just trying to see if I can get through here without cutting too many wicks or candle bodies. See, that's cool for me. That's fine because you got your wick, and then your wick, and then break. Okay. Sorry, guys. This is going to be a lot of lines, but I just want to show you the realities of what the stick can do for you. That's a nice point there. So my stop is going to be 73 whatnot. Oh, that's super far even. What is that? 73, 74? What did I put in here? 73, 74. Boom. Now my take profit. Let's go see where that stop is. It's too tight. Sorry, guys. I'm going to bring it down to this low here. We see how you just drag it and drop it. 73, 66. So I gave myself an extra 6 pips because I want it to, if you want to be really safe, you could actually take it down here. But then your position size gets impacted, right? By lowering your stop loss, you can increase the amount of pips or dollars you make per pip gained. Yeah, there's always the left, right? The CAD Swiss. Let's go take a quick look and see what kind of wickage we got. So you see what we're looking for. It's okay. There is a lot of movement, but I don't see any really huge wicks per se. I don't like here, but not. Let me see what's going on here real quick. There's a lot of lines here, so. Oh yeah, and this is set up for a different time frame. This is more or less my scalping setup. The stochastic. So I'll go over those settings real quick just so people can see. Now you don't have to, maybe there's something in here that you'd like to implement in your trading. Great, do it. Try it. Try it on demo. Maybe it'll put some more money in your trading account. But here you're looking for, I got stochastic 533. I've got Williams %R, length of 7. And Bollinger %B with a length of 34. Okay, now this one, MFI, let's hide that one. Let's put that one away. And let me get rid of this one. So here's the RSI 7 is the one of the RSIs that I like to use as well. So here it's saying, you see how everything went down? Kind of in like what you could say is an oversold area. So that would be an additional confirmation to AIRO, right? If I can take that and put AIRO, and AIRO says, all right, go, then I can go through the zone, you know? I don't really have to, because those zones, they do disappear after a while. They're not infallible because they're potential support and resistance. Trend lines, I trust trend lines more than zones. And I trust wedges more than zones, but if you combine everything together with a couple indications, let's try this.
The Canadian dollar, by the way, is the strongest currency right now on the 5, 15, and 1 hour.
Yeah, it's gross though, because the Canadian government it's printing something stupid like $2 billion a day or something. Like they've
been watching the United States too much.
No, I'm pretty upset with that. All right, Rajiv, let's talk later, my friend. Really appreciate you. Thanks for coming. All right, friends, I need to let you guys go. I apologize for that. I've got a couple things I got to get going. I hope you guys made some money. You guys made some pips. If you didn't take a live trade, that's completely fine. Just observe and watch, and just understand it's also a marathon, right? Like it's not overnight that this is all going to start making sense. CB and I, it's not. It hasn't been a 1-year journey, you know. Like I've been trading for the last 5 years, consistently profitable, yes. And it had a lot to do with the tools and the things that I've put together, and I found that AIRO brings a lot more consistency to my trading than anything else that I can do manually. Now I do take other things into consideration, putting it into AIRO to enhance my odds, and it's been really good. That German 30 trade, reality is I wasn't watching properly. I was focused on a couple other things and I totally missed it. But I'll tell you this, every day I take a German 30 trade, every day. It has been fantastic.
Is the time frame for that for you, Matt? Sort of early morning, Eastern Standard Time?
Yeah, it's not super early. Like, look, guys, look at this trade, man. We did the set. Look, all right, I'm gonna show you this, and then I'm gonna shut her down, and you can see something. Okay, so there's no hokey pokey, nothing fake about anything you see. I'm gonna show you on the 1 minute. Okay, why you might want to consider putting your trend lines properly on your charts. Because if you don't put your trend lines properly on your charts, you can't have precision entries. So here's German 30. Here's that breakout of German 30. Let's put it, we didn't take this because I wasn't paying enough attention. What is this? This is a $38 move. Okay. $38 move. There's 2 take profits here. Okay. And I'll end with this. I generally am going to go here and put this here as a target. That's a conservative target. This is more aggressive target. It doesn't always reach here. Now I can visually see that it did, but it's not always going to reach there. It's going to reach here much more consistently. And then you don't have to deal with the pullback and you can potentially enter again. Okay. But anyway, why you want to put your trend lines and make sure they're on there properly and not be sloppy with them is so that you can get these kind of bounces. As price comes back into the wedge, you're going to have it respect these trend lines. Check this out. I'm going to show you this. So you're respecting the trend line. Okay. You're respecting the trend line. You're respecting the trend line. You know where this trend line is. It's not random. Yes, there's a little bit of give and play, but yes, you can see price knows where this trend line is. As it closed that candle right here and tagged it, it went underneath and it started the new candle. I don't know. I've seen this happen so many times and it's so powerful. And then when you start throwing things together like more trend lines, okay? And look, this is, you have your trend line here, you have your break your trend line, you draw your stick, and your stick targets here. So if you have other confirmations, you can just take these trades all day. And with AIRO confirming what direction has a higher probability of going in, it's awesome. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for taking time out of your day. Appreciate you guys all for showing up, staying with me, bearing with me, and CB. Thank you always for being such a great help. And
you got it, man. I'll talk to you soon here. Okay.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. And if you guys have any questions in the meantime, hit us up in the AIRO bag chat. Put some comments. If some people didn't know that there was a session or whatnot, just say, hey, you know what? I learned some pretty cool things, or hey, we got that trade. Just let people know that we do really trade here. It's not all a bunch of talk. And that's all she wrote. So have a great day. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you sooner than later.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, guys. Take care.